Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. Today we will check in with the new president of Quincycles and get an update on their new season. First, though, we take a look at the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, lots of sunshine, 59 degrees right now. Kind of breezy today. The clouds will increase as the day goes on. Temperatures, though, will climb into the mid-60s. Not too chilly this evening. Cloudy skies tonight, lows only in the lower 50s. That sets us up for a very, very warm Saturday. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, but look at the high temperatures tomorrow, near 80 degrees. That wind will be with us as well through the entire weekend, really. Saturday night, clouds, lows drop off into the mid-50s. Easter Sunday, on Sunday, will be sunny and windy, with a high Sunday into the low 60s. And then Marathon Monday on Patriots Day, not bad, mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures right around 60 degrees. Again, we have sunshine in Quincy right now. It's a breezy 59. Checking out the news for you today. In about 2 years from now, all of the new MBTA Red Line cars should be in operation, and the new MBTA bus garage that's being built on Bergen Parkway in Quincy should be completed. Those were two of the updates provided by Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch to the Quincy City Council earlier this week. Koch says once the new bus garage is completed, the T has agreed to tear down the current 100-year-old bus garage on Hancock Street and then give that property to the city.
If you turned over to the T, yes, the argument I've made is, they're taking some property in Quincy, taking off the tax roll, so they owe it, in my view, to the city of Quincy. And, of course, I know I've talked publicly a little bit about what we would do with it. Mm-hmm. Put in a nice setup there that would augment the use of the stadium, perhaps an indoor turf field, and then above on Hancock Street level, do some other recreational / educational uses. So, and we are seeking outside funding to help us do that. So this could be a really huge improvement to that corridor.
The mayor also says the T has purchased the parking garage at 200 Newport Avenue in North Quincy and will build a new operations control center on the 8th floor. And he says the plans for a new Quincy Center MBTA station are still in the design phase. Liens will now be placed on Quincy properties that owe back fines and charges to the Inspectional Services Department and the Department of Public Health. The City Council this week approved of a new ordinance. It allows the city to attach liens to the real estate tax bills of properties with overdue fines to those departments. The city's treasurer, Molly Smith, said many of the properties are not owner-occupied.
What we're looking at here is any uncollected fine, so I'm talking blighted properties. So I'm not going to name the address here, but this is kind of my flagship property that I'm looking at. It's an illegal boarding house. They have over $13,000 in unpaid fines put on by inspectional services. The fines we're talking about: illegally created spaces, illegally maintained safeguards, no fire detection, no stairways, no emergency egress. So these are $13,000 in fines. What we found was interesting, so Councilor Kane and I have been chatting about this particular parcel. They're current on their real estate taxes. And so I think they essentially know what they're looking at. The city can put a lien on if they don't pay their real estate. But there's really not a ton of recourse that we have as a municipality if they don't pay their fines.
The City Council supported that ordinance unanimously and also praised Smith for being diligent about collecting those overdue fines. The Wollaston Lutheran Church and parsonage on Hancock Street and Ellington Road in Wollaston will be demolished and replaced with a new church that will also include a social service community center, educational facility, 3 one-bedroom apartments for the pastor and his family, and 6 parking spaces for those apartments. The planning board this week unanimously approved of that project, despite some concerns from neighbors about negative impacts on traffic, parking, and disruption from the construction. Attorney Ed Fleming says the new church will be very similar to the existing church.
As the chair knows, as the board knows, 48 Section 3 of the Massachusetts General Laws allows for exceptions from zoning for churches and educational institutions. What's being proposed today is exactly that, a church and an educational institution, because the other programs that are provided within this church are educational in nature. As you just heard from the director, a lot of there's issues related to citizenship, there's issues to language, and other educational aspects. Because of those provisions, Zoning Board of Appeals relief is not needed.
Now, the project was downsized after several public hearings were held. Officials placed multiple conditions, too, regarding drainage and other site modifications on that project. 2 Dorchester residents have been charged with gun and drug violations after an arrest in Quincy earlier this week. Quincy and Boston police executed a search warrant at 209 Arlington Street in Wollaston on Monday afternoon and arrested 32-year-olds Jason Hawley and Francis Jean Felix. Officers also seized a loaded handgun, ammunition, crack cocaine, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. Suspects were arraigned in Quincy District Court, will also face charges in Dorchester District Courts. Retired General Joseph Dunford of Quincy is the recipient of this year's Quincy Lions Club Francis X. Macaulay Community Service Award. Dunford received the honor during the Lions' recent annual Evening for Sight fundraiser that was held at the Terrell Room here in Quincy. The award's presented in memory of the former Quincy mayor and longtime Lion. The Lions also presented Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch with their Lionheart Award. They celebrated the winner of their high school speech contest, presented membership chevrons, and presented Lions Club Scouting Service medallions to 4 members. The Lions Club President Sean Glennon says this year's fundraiser was the most well-attended and highest grossing evening for the site in the Lions Club's 84-year history. They raised $60,000. The funds raised help support local nonprofits, Mass Lions Eye Research Foundation, the Lions Club International, and this year the Semper Fi and America's Fund in honor of General Dunford. Finally today, 31 critically endangered sea turtles that were treated at the New England Aquarium Sea Turtle Hospital at the Quincy Shipyard are now back in the ocean. Volunteers drove the Kemp's Ridley and green sea turtles to their Fort Fisher, North Carolina beach earlier this week and released them into the warmer southern Atlantic. The turtles were rescued from Cape Cod beaches over the winter after becoming cold stunned as the ocean cools. Every year, volunteers with the Wellfleet Bay Wildlife Sanctuary rescue the turtles and bring them to the Quincy Treatment Center for treatment of everything from pneumonia to dehydration. This season, over 500 turtles were rescued. 42 turtles are still undergoing treatment. It's our check of news for you today. Coming up, Quinn Cycles updates us on their plans for a busy 2025 season. That's next. Welcome back. We are finally getting some decent weather for bike riding, which is great news for the folks at Quinn Cycles because they're gearing up for a very busy 2025 with a new president. Steve McLaughlin is joining us to tell us a bit about himself and about Quinn Cycles. Great to meet you, Steve. Thanks for coming over.
Great to meet you as well, Joe.
Yeah, appreciate the opportunity. You're filling big shoes in Irene Lutz's stead.
Well, she's still involved. She's just, I'm just in the leadership role, but she's still very much involved and helps me out a ton with the group.
And always will be, I'm sure.
Yes.
She's got a passion for it. But I'm curious to find out a little bit about yourself and your background and how you got involved with Quinn Cycles.
Yeah, I moved to Quincy about 10 years ago. After college, I went to school at UMass for civil engineering with a focus in transportation. And if you do that kind of work, you move to Boston. And, you know, at the time, a lot of people my age were moving to Cambridge, Somerville, Alston, Brighton, but I wanted to move to Quincy.
Specifically?
I wanted the beach.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
It felt a little bit more. I came from Springfield, Mass, so this felt like a little bit more of like a working town with regular people, and not just like a hustle and bustle college, city, I guess. And
Yep.
yeah, I fell in love with the place, and I've been here ever since. And over the years, I've been looking for ways to get, involved with the community, with people. And a few years ago, one of my coworkers said, "You should check out Quinn Cycles. You should check out the Mayor's Bike Commission." And I got very much involved. And a couple of years ago, I stepped into the leadership role, and I've been, planning it and running events and running the group.
Yeah. Now, was cycling always part of your life?
I'm a big runner. I'm a big,
Oh.
I like to stay active, and I am, I'm passionate about, I think, transportation equity, and I'm passionate about, connecting people and stuff like that,
Sure.
because I am a transportation engineer.
Right.
Yeah, and I ride around the city to get to the train. I ride around to get to different places that I need to go.
Sure.
I see that the city is rapidly developing, and it's I guess like the greater Boston area is moving in a direction transportation-wise, and I would like to be a part of that change, I guess, and
Okay.
helping the community move forward in
Sure. So how would you kind of rate Quincy now as a bike-friendly community? Is it bike-friendly? Could it be better?
It could be better for
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
I think if we're Cambridge and Somerville, as far as national standards go, are very progressive in
Sure.
like the infrastructure that they build. Quincy isn't super far behind them, but it could be better. I
Okay.
think we could go a long ways in connecting some of our bike lanes and making routes that people can actually travel and use to get around, and help people get away, I think, a little bit from their dependency to to cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You
I know that one of the missions of Quinn Cycles, right, is to work with the city to promote more bike-friendly development, right?
Yes. Yeah. We sit on the Mayor's Bike Commissions. I'm personally very, as an engineer, I'm passionate about connecting people to, I guess, like the projects that the municipality is working on, and making sure that they get to voice their opinions in those projects.
Yes.
I design projects myself, and we go to public meetings, and it's sometimes hard to reach the people that live in those neighborhoods, and making sure they are aware of those projects. And that's one of the things that we help amplify is if there's like a MassDOT study happening on Hancock, we try to amplify that on our social media,
Sure.
making sure people go to those meetings and tell those officials what they want to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So for folks who aren't familiar, Steve, tell me a little bit about Quinn Cycles.
Yeah, we are 50% ride group, 50% advocacy. We do community rides. We cater to all ages, all abilities. Currently, we do monthly Monday night rides at the first Monday of every month. We post all that stuff on our website. We also plan some longer destination rides that we're still sorting out the schedule for. We also plan, a variety of different charity and volunteer events. We have a group. We have a group that's doing the Cleaner Greener Quincy event that's coming up in a few weeks.
Yes.
We do Cranksgiving in the fall, where
Yes.
we get the community together to donate to other local nonprofits. And we do advocacy, and we go to public meetings, and we try to make the city a better place for
Absolutely. Yeah, Cleaner Greener, now 30-plus years old, first Saturday in May. And this year it's from 9 to noon, and then after that there's a big cookout at Pageant Field.
Yep.
So what specifically will Quinn Cycles be doing then?
We have two members that are, I think, they've been doing it every year. I can't tell you how long they've been doing it, but we focus on the Billings Salt Creek Path Trail.
Okay, yep.
Off of Commander Shea Boulevard,
Sure.
and we will be working to pick up trash, but also widen the path because it connects to other paths and it gets overgrown.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. How many members now in Quinn Cycles, even just roughly?
I think like around 50.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty good group.
How does one become a member?
If you go on our website, quinncycles.com, we just updated our website. it's new and works really well, and it's very good looking. Very
Excellent.
happy with the way it turned out.
Good.
We have a sign-up box that's right on the front page. You can either subscribe to our newsletters, you can become a member, which also subscribes you to our newsletters,
Okay.
or you can donate.
Okay, so it is a nonprofit.
We are a
501c3.
501c3 nonprofit, completely volunteer run. Nobody gets paid.
Right.
Really a project of passion, I guess, for the people who are involved.
Yeah. Is there a cost to be a member?
It's $25 a year,
Okay.
And that goes towards paying for things that help us plan events. Again, nobody's paid, so.
Right. And does it get you one of those cool T-shirts?
Oh yeah, we have these T-shirts. They're athletic fit. They're
Okay.
The Stay Dry fabric, so they're good for riding.
Sure. How would you kind of break down Quinn Cycles members now in terms of ages and backgrounds? Is it mostly older folks, retirees? Is it a combination of young and old?
I would say we're 40%. I want to say 40% older folks, retirees.
Yeah.
I want to say there's another 40% that's in that 30 to 50 range, and
Okay.
then we have a few younger members. But I would say most of our members are on the older side, but we do for our rides. We have a lot of younger people that will show up.
Sure.
Especially during the summer, we get kids and teenagers that go to our Monday night rides or some of our other events that we plan.
Okay, sure. The Monday night rides, where do those happen?
We meet in Quincy Center at it's Faxon Ave and Coddington Street, 34
okay.
Coddington and Faxon Ave. So I forget what the building is, but we meet in the parking lot, and then we usually have a predetermined route that we pick, and we try to change it up every month and see a different part of the city.
Sure. Okay. And so if folks want to participate in that, just show up on a
Yeah,
first Monday night?
it's on our calendar on our website.
Okay.
I always post flyers. I put it on social media. I post it on all the Facebook groups. But
Sure.
yeah, it's usually every first Monday unless there's a weather cancellation or some kind of holiday or something that we can't make it for. But yeah, all of our dates are on our website. And you can look for us on social media as well.
Oh, of course. Year round? Is it a year round?
Oh, no.
No, not year
We
round.
usually end around, I think Cranksgiving in late fall is usually our last event. It usually gets a little too cold to be doing rides in the wintertime, and it gets dark pretty early, so.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if somebody is considering becoming a member, but they're not super comfortable riding a bike, or it's been a long time since they've ridden a bike,
Yeah,
do you
most
help
of
them with that?
Yeah, so we usually have so another thing that we plan, and we have an event coming up with Snug Harbor Elementary, is if your bike isn't in operable condition, we have a team of people that will fix your bike for free.
Okay.
So we're doing that. That's May 10th. That is also on our website.
Okay.
Yeah, and for our Monday night rides, we usually have somebody that brings like an air pump, or we'll have somebody that has some tools. So if there's something that we can quick fix, we can try to resolve that. Most of our Monday night rides are pretty. They're catered towards people of all abilities and ages. So
All right.
they're usually between 8 to 12 miles, but it's a slow, moderate pace. We ride as a group. We marshal at intersections. We lead and sweep. So if you're not the most confident of rider, it works for you.
Yeah, okay. And you need your own bike, obviously, right?
Yep,
And-
need your own bike.
yeah.
We do get donations occasionally. We currently have 2 bikes that have been donated to
no
us.
kidding.
So if there is somebody who's passionate and wants to ride and wants a bike, reach out.
Okay,
You
all
can
right.
find my contact on our website.
Okay.
But yeah, bring a bike. Definitely bring a helmet.
Yes.
That's important and part of the rules. So
And law, too, right? What
Yes.
is the current law for helmets in Massachusetts? Do you
I
know?
think you're quizzing me. I know everybody has to wear helmets.
Okay,
I
all right.
think it's above the. I think it's above the age of. I don't know, but yeah, you have to wear a helmet in Massachusetts.
And you should anyway.
You should anyway. Yeah.
Just for common
Stay
sense
safe on the
purposes, yeah.
streets.
Safety's a big part, right?
Yes.
Of your mission.
Yes, it is. We we also partner with MassDOT Safe Routes to Schools.
Yep.
Our connection there is helping us get helmets to give out to give out to kids.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
They're very expensive. And partnering with MassDOT and Safe Routes to Schools is a great connection to have. And I'm working on getting some helmets that we can give out at our Snug Harbor event.
Okay.
I'm working to get a few for the other events that we have, because we do see a lot of kids, and helmets can they're expensive.
No question, yeah.
Yeah.
And getting more so, unfortunately. And bikes are not cheap either.
They're not cheap either.
You know, there are, I know at the libraries here in Quincy, the maintenance racks that were installed just last season, I think.
Yeah. Last season,
Yeah.
the city installed maintenance
Stands, I guess.
stands,
if you will.
facilities, racks, tools. They have air pumps, various tools that you can use, and they're at, I think, all of the libraries. I think they're only at libraries, but that's a great resource. I don't have those on our website, but if you know where to find a library, you can find one of those.
Yep, there's one right outside the library here in Quincy Center.
Yeah, and if there is something that you don't feel confident
Yes.
fixing on your own, if you reach out to us, I can connect you with the right people to, help you get over that.
Okay. I know in years past, Quinn Cycles has hosted specific kind of bike repair events.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you think that'll happen again this year?
Yeah, we're doing the Snug Harbor one. Haven't planned it out yet. We'd like to do one in the fall, right before school kicks off, maybe in August. We have a few folks who they do bike repair tents at the farmers market.
Oh.
I forget what church it's at, but
Okay.
we're around the city. If you reach out,
Yeah.
I can connect you with them.
It's St. Chrysostom's.
Yes,
up
that's
in
the one.
Walston, yeah. Okay. Excellent. Very good.
Yeah.
I know in the past, Quinn Cycles has had destination rides. So folks, you drive to, like down the Cape, you drive
Yep.
to a location and then ride. Is that something that'll be happening, do you think?
Yeah, we're getting together next week for pizza to plan all that stuff.
Okay.
To get those, all that route planning out and stuff like that. So,
Sure.
yeah. We're also doing, we're doing a ride in June. This is going to be our big ride. We're doing a beaches ride, so
Oh.
we're gonna try to hit every beach in Quincy in a
Wow.
bike ride. It's sponsored by DCR. Save the Harbor, Save the Bay.
Yep.
Completely free to the public, open to everyone. There'll be food and refreshments after. Hoping that QPD will join us and ride with us. So
Yeah, they have a bike unit, certainly.
Yeah.
So Walston and the city beaches as well?
it'll be so I think we're going to start and try to loop around Howe's Neck and hit all the beaches there,
Okay.
ride up Wollaston, and then go to Squantum and hit all the beaches there.
There's 13 in all,
Yep, it'll be a marathon.
Okay.
But, it'll be a good event.
Yeah, when is that again?
That's planned for June 28th currently.
June 28th, mark your calendars.
Yes, we still have to submit our permits, but that is currently what we've been approved for, so it should be happening.
All right, that's something to look forward to for sure.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned the shirts. Do those come with membership, or is that extra?
I think we just give them out right now.
Oh,
I think
okay.
at one point we were charging people for them, but if you become a member and you want a shirt, well, I'll give you one.
Okay, all right. Now your predecessor, Irene,
Yes.
rode every single street in the city of Quincy on her bike.
She did. I remember, I think that's how I learned about Irene. I saw that I think it was in the Ledger, I think originally.
Probably, yeah.
It was online, I read about it, and I didn't think to reach out and discover Quinn Cycles, but it was a pleasant surprise that when I did join Quinn Cycles,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're the woman I read about.
Yep.
Of course you run this group. Yeah.
It was during the pandemic, so you know she had some time. Is that something you would aspire to do?
Oh, I don't know. Got to have a lot of time to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Maybe.
something you would encourage folks to do?
Yeah. I mean, I think our streets are getting safer. I think they're maybe not in a Ponset Road, but like I think a lot of our neighborhoods are fine for cycling. I think you can get around to most places through the city. I think that's one of the goals with our Monday night rides as well, is to show people ways to get around and routes that they can take that are enjoyable and make cycling a viable method. I
Yeah,
guess.
if you're car centric, and not familiar with different ways to get around on a bike, it might be waiting for you to see the city in a different light as well.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit of a shame that to get to the most parks in the city, you have to drive there. And some people, they put their car on a bike, or they put their bike on a car,
Right.
drive the bike to the park to then ride the bike.
Right.
So, it'd be great if you could just
Step out your front door, right?
Yeah,
And ride the bike to the park and back. Yeah.
yeah.
The bike commission. Tell us a bit about the bike commission, Mike, if you can.
So the bike commission is run by Allison Luff.
Okay.
I think her last name just changed. It was
Okay.
Allison Ruel.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yes. Yeah. It's a commission run by Allison at TPAL, and Quinn Cycles is separate from that, but that is it's open to the public as well.
Okay.
Allison updates us on all of the, I guess, like multimodal infrastructure
Yes.
updates that are coming to the city, whether it's bike lanes or sidewalks or, maybe, bus.
Ferries now?
Yeah, ferry, like anything that, anything multimodal, I guess, she updates us on. And if there is something I think that piques the interest of Quinn Cycles,
Yeah.
we will, work with our connections,
Yep.
elected officials to, express our opinions.
Do you know where and when the commission meets?
They meet on the, Quinn Cycles has third Thursday meetings that you can find on our website.
Okay.
And the commission meetings happen right before that meeting. So they happen 6:30, usually every third Thursday of the month, and then we have our Quinn Cycles meetings at 7:30.
Right after?
Yeah.
At City Hall?
We do them on Zoom. We do a yearly in-person meeting at the library, and before our Monday night rides, I'll do like a little mini meeting that kind of covers the stuff if you don't want to have to hop on Zoom every third Thursday.
Oh, okay. So
But all of the commission meetings are strictly on Zoom.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah.
Still doing that, huh? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Anything else we should share with folks right now?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything.
Okay.
Check us out on our website if you want to become a member. If you want to reach out and chat with me, all of our contact info is up there.
Great. Nice to meet you, and thanks for sharing your story.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
No, you're very welcome. Come back, please.
Of course, yeah.
All right.
Invite me, for sure.
Will do. Just enough time to take a look at the forecast for you for the rest of the day today. It's actually pretty nice for a bike ride. It's sunny. It's kind of breezy. Clouds will be increasing mid-60s, though, this afternoon. Low 50s this evening. Slight chance for a shower tonight, probably not, though. And the weekend looks really gorgeous. Tomorrow is warm, windy, with temperatures up around 80 degrees. Sunny and in the low 60s on Sunday, and Marathon Monday, you got it, sun and clouds and a high 60 degrees. Thanks again to Steve McLaughlin for joining us from Quinn Cycles.
Thank you.
Thanks to our crew. Thank you for watching. We're off on Monday, by the way, for Patriots Day. Join us next Friday. Lucille Cassis is here. She's the new director of the Norfolk County RSVP program. Meantime, visit our website anytime, QATV.org. All of our latest programs, there's news, information, video on demand, live streaming, and much more. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great weekend.